Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Passion Theory, and my ongoing Let's Play of the demo of the Symbiant. Now, it's been a little while, and that is because I just had some life stuff going on. That's pretty much, there was some family health things happening, urgent care visits, things like that. Everybody's good, everybody's on the mend, everything's fine. But it just, I was trying to do a Let's Play a day at least on, during this month, but things come up. But we're back to it. I'm going to be doing some cleaning videos too, soon, for the people who like to hang out for that. But otherwise, let's get back to it. And on this channel, I like to show you my passions. Some of that's video gaming, and we're going to continue with the second part of this game. I'm really enjoying this one. It just has like a neater premise, even though it's like, there's a couple of choices, but it's more, again, it's in line with kind of like an interactive novel rather than like an actual dating sim game. But I like the premise. I think it's really fun. So. And then let me check the time real quick so I stop on time. Okay. All right, so we are asking our friend here questions, Brave. We're asking Brave questions, and let's ask him about his species, something about Adarians.
Can you tell me about symbiotic relationships Odarians have with other species?
It's a little loud. Let me turn down a little bit.
Sure. We have a few widely known ones, actually. There's the melodic aquatic band, a sea creature native to our biggest sea that feeds off our blood and dead skin in search of iron nutrients.
Oh!
Before our medicine became what it is today, the best way to treat a wound or large cut was to apply them to the area, and they would keep it closed and clean, feeding off the blood and dead skin until it fully heals. So,
like with modern-day medical leeches. We do actually have medical leeches and medical maggots that we use in, well, not we, but like that doctors use nowadays. And they're grown in sterile environments, and they're used, like the medical maggots are used on rotten flesh because they don't eat the healthy flesh. So if you have a flesh wound and some of the flesh is rotted away, sometimes it can be less traumatic to the injury to, instead of cutting it out, to allow medical maggots to eat it out. And then sometimes to keep blood flowing, or if there's like an area of too much bruising and they need to get some of that trapped blood out, or they need to keep blood flowing to a region, if blood flow stopped for a little while or they're having a problem with circulation, they'll use medical leeches. So, fun facts. I try to let you guys get a little bit of education on stuff that I randomly know. I know a lot of random crap, mostly about animals, because I was going to be a zoologist for a while. Like, I took some college classes on it and stuff, but I changed my mind because instead of doing fun things with animals, it was mostly, at least where I was at the time, memorizing scientific names and such, and I can't do that. I more wanted to be like hands-on, like learning how to care for them and like study them, and less like, you know, this leech's scientific name is blah 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 blah. It was more that kind of stuff at the level I was at. I'm sure the fun stuff comes a little later down the road, but I don't got the if I'm not having like a lot of fun with the subject, my brain just like shuts down.
Oh,
patience.
we have something like that in Toolworth too, except we apply it on rashes. Well, it does sting in the beginning. It stops the itching and feeds off whatever's growing on our skin.
I'm a bit jealous. We mostly have insects and worms that feed off blood back on Earth, but I'm pretty sure the exchange is all one-sided.
There you go. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know that they have those. I guess we'll ask something about Terrans then. I mean, it seems a little self-serving since we're a Terran, but meh.
So, I guess you must have extensively studied all the major species.
Most of the knowledge I have pertains to the way my own race interacts with different species. But yes, I've studied a lot of different subspecies of humanoids.
And what do you find the most interesting about Terrans?
I'm glad you asked. To me, it's their adaptation ability. It turns out that out of all the humanoid subspecies, individuals of Earth are most skilled at adjusting to their environment.
Ooh, interesting.
That's doubly amazing to me, because that means the potential for a symbiotic interaction and relationship is much higher than any other subspecies.
Oh.
True story, and that's why I partnered up with this guy.
Yeah, we certainly work well together.
Yeah, humans be wanting to, like, bang anything. See this? That's humanoid enough. That's humanoid enough. Humans be all over it. Ah.
Well, gentlemen, I have some things to take care of in engineering, so if you'll excuse me for now.
Later, Junie.
Bye, Junie.
It was nice to meet you, Spur.
Ooh, now I'm impressed.
Oh, you knew her name. So am I. What a curious fellow.
I hope you feel better soon, Brave.
Yeah, feel better. Stop being sick. Ginny grabs one of the ready meals and leaves me with Brave. What are we going to...
Hey, Danya.
Yeah. The sound of my name coming out of those lips sends a shiver down my spine. Am I really that frustrated?
Can I have one of those dinner plates too?
Yeah, that's why I made that many. I made 3.
Whoops, I completely forgot. Here you go.
I stole... I'm like, yes, 2 are for me. I will eat them all.
It's General So's chicken, Terran specialty. Junie digs it, and I hope you will too. Doesn't have any seaweed in it, in case you're wondering.
Thank you. I'm sure this will be good.
I look at Brave eagerly throwing himself into his meal as I grab my own plate. I guess the poor guy was pretty hungry. We chat some more over our food about the different kinds of Terran dishes my new friend is familiar with. Turns out he's had quite a few for someone who's never been to Earth. That's cool. I would be like, why eat boring Earth food? Like, I've had enough Earth food. I wouldn't want to be eating stuff from other countries, like, not other countries, but other planets. After we're done eating, I clean up and walk our guest back to his room, then retire to my own quarters. Though maybe you would get, like homesick and want to eat Terran food, even if it wasn't from, like, your, like, general vicinity. What an eventful day. I don't have a chance to fully process my last conversation with Brave before my mind blanks, falling into a deep slumber. Sometime later, I wake up in my bed. I check my watch and confirm I've only been asleep for a couple of hours. That's quite unusual, since I'm a deep sleeper and notorious for not waking up until I'm fully rested. I suddenly remember Brave, whose room is adjacent to mine, when I hear something echoing through the small air vent on our shared wall. I might have to cut this out. I'm not sure what the sound is gonna be. Oh, gods of YouTube, please let it pass your inspection and not be something I have to cut out. It's a low hissing sound, coupled with something that I can only characterize as a Terran straining to do push-ups. I crawl out of my bed and kneel beside the vent to listen carefully. Is it Brave trying to exercise? Exercise. There's nothing wrong with trying to keep in shape, but is it really the best idea when you're nursing a severe cold? Noises continue for the next 5 minutes or so, then everything grows quiet again. I'm telling you, it's that like plant thing. Not sure what to make of it, I get back into bed. I don't want to assume anything, so I'll check with Junie tomorrow, see what she thinks of this. It's either that, or their bits sound different when they're frustrated. Relieving frustration. We've been traveling through space for a few days now. It's been smooth sailing on my end as far as piloting goes. My stress levels have been at an all-time low, because I'm flying in a straight line in empty space, because flying in a straight line in empty space isn't rocket science. Besides the system checks and microscopic manual course corrections, there isn't much to do. We also haven't been stopped for checks or passed anything remotely similar to an asteroid field, or I'd have to manually maneuver us through. That is false. Okay? Asteroid fields. You guys. You're like, oh, we're going through the asteroid belt. Ah! Okay. Asteroids are asteroid fields. The asteroids are usually several thousand miles apart from each other. So going through an asteroid belt or an asteroid field is really not a big deal. Like even the small chunks of rock are usually a couple hundred, like miles from each other. They're miles from each other. Occasionally you might have a couple close together, but that's like rare. And so actually you don't really need to fly manually through an asteroid belt. Maybe there's a small rock in the middle of your, like, coming to your ship and you don't want it to, like, ding your ship. But, like, it's not like you're dodging asteroids left or right. That is a falsehood. That's a science fiction falsehood. More education. More education with passion theory. Better yourself one game at a time. Alright. Oh, the flowers. Are those bleeding hearts right there? Maybe. Bleeding hearts are my favorite flower, and those look kind of like bleeding hearts. I've been back to reading again, watching the wrecks, and tending to my hydroponics garden. Oh, there'd be no reason to grow them because they're not a food plant other than just being pretty. It's fascinating how plants can grow anywhere with just a little water and the right nutrients. Granted, water is a scarce resource in space, but thankfully we've got a state-of-the-art recycling system to solve that problem. On a space station, you would most likely have a garden, like something like this, because it would produce oxygen, and then also you would probably only be allowed to grow plant species, though. There'd be very little in the way of, like, these... some lilies are edible. Trying to see if these ones are. But, yeah. Most likely be edible species. Oh, hi there, Brave. Brave seems to be feeling a little better. He's taken to regularly joining me and Junie for meals. Even if he doesn't leave his quarters often, we still get a chance to chat and connect. We always find topics to discuss about each of our humanoid subspecies, which appears to be interesting for the three of us. Contrary to my negative predisposition towards transporting passengers, Brave seems to be one of the easiest and most pleasant onboard clients we've had to date. That'll probably change, otherwise this game would be real boring. Something will happen. He's polite, never complains about anything, doesn't blast loud music, and doesn't engage in any other activities that would be considered a nuisance for the rest of us on board. I also haven't heard any noises coming from his room since that one time, so I just never bothered to ask Junie and dropped the incident altogether. Yeah, I kind of probably would too. Oh, hi. You've got pretty line things. Speaking of which, she was supposed to meet me here by now. I see Brave in the doorway instead.
Hi, Danya.
Where's Junie?
Good afternoon,
I'm
Brave.
suspicious.
Care to join me for a cup of tea?
Tea is delicious. Tea, because it's the afternoon. I actually have no idea what time it is right now. In space, time tends to just blend together, and I haven't really checked my watch recently.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
All right, we have some herbal options over here if you're sensitive to caffeine, like myself, or the regular kind.
What's caffeine?
What?
It's a chemical substance that's a mild central nervous system stimulant to most Terrans.
Brave looks at me dubiously.
And don't worry, it's legal. It's actually naturally contained within most plants that are used for tea production. Caffeine is purposely extracted from the raw materials to be able to produce the same beverage but without the jitters.
You seem to know a lot about plants.
Yeah, he wanted to be a
This?
biologist.
No, that's common knowledge where I come from.
No, you said you wanted, not a biologist, but you said you wanted to be a botanist.
I see. Why don't I go for the herbal option without caffeine today?
I like lavender personally, so we're gonna go with lavender because that's my favorite of these three.
I recommend lavender. It's commonly used to induce relaxation and, best of all, lifting one's mood.
I could use a mood booster.
Are you having a sad, Brave? Brave, we will make you not have a sad. We will help you with your sad. I quickly produce a mug with hot tea and hand it to Brave. Oh, they touch. Their hands are touched. He supports the cup with one hand and puts his other palm over mine, which is holding the cup onto the mug's handle. Oh, you touch it. Oh, you blushed. I let go of the cup to avoid causing any awkward tension. However, the deed is already done, and the context sends my frustrated soul into the land of fantasies. I want shirts to do this. This is a cool idea.
You come here often?
I'm gonna cut some of my sleeves like that. Are you flirting? I have nowhere else to go. Of course I come here often. I was looking for my drink, but it's not here.
Huh?
He's flirting with you, dumb butt.
To Kayama, the planet we departed from.
I thought he was
flirting. Is that your regular transport route?
Oh, no, we don't really have a route per se.
I thought he was flirting.
Junie and I go where the road takes us. As long as we get a nice paying gig, we're game. That's the adventurous part of this job. Never know where we'll end up next.
That would be fun to explore lots of different planets and stuff.
What about you? Do you travel a lot for work?
I'm the same as you guys. Staying on my own planet doing research has been unfulfilling at best. So, traveling to different worlds has been a game changer for me. I follow contracts, but it's the lifestyle that appeals to me.
Running around.
I can do remote work while being somewhere different and amazing every few weeks.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Your immune system isn't very good at adapting to different environments, huh?
Tell me about it. It's the one thing that I'm still trying to work out.
I bet that whatever that pod plant thing that was making the weird sounds, I bet you he was because I think it's pod plant that was making the weird sounds. I think he was trying to use it to boost his immune system, but maybe it's doing weird stuff to him, but who knows? It's like a space mystery.
I've got something good going for me right now, but it's not perfect. It has put some other limitations on me that I find difficult to handle.
Oh, so yeah, I think that's it. Whatever he's got, the plant he's got, is probably helping him with his autoimmune, his immune system. But I wonder what these other restrictions are. Maybe he can't eat meat, or maybe he can't do certain things, or go out in the sun.
Like what?
Yeah, like what?
It's a bit complicated. I'll definitely tell you sometime.
I want to know.
Thank you for the tea, by the way. It's really good.
Yeah, lavender's delicious.
I'm glad you like it. I got a bunch of other flavors we could try, too.
I like lavender, in chocolate, and lavender flowers are edible, and they taste really good. And it also makes really good boba tea. Lavender and rose are my husband's favorite flavors. He likes floral flavors.
I'm curious to see what else you've got.
Sakura.
I gotta say, Brave, you're one of the coolest travelers we've ever had on board. We don't accept passenger jobs often, but you've been really easy to travel with and fun to talk to.
Aw. The alien smiles at me warmly.
You guys have been so nice to me, treating me like family. Of course I'd be on my best behavior.
Why would I be a jerk? The other passengers are just jerks.
Well, keep up the good work.
And
we
annoying.
Still have a few weeks to go.
Saying that made me feel a tinge of sadness. Even though Brave has been traveling with us for only a few days, I'm already so used to his presence.
So, what kind of cargo do you guys usually transport?
Anything that pays well and doesn't smell too much. Though it's been rough finding good gigs as of late. Too much competition. We're lucky if we break even when the job's done. And don't even get me started on what happened on our last haul before we picked you up. I guess we'll have to venture into more questionable waters after this job. But for that, we need to outfit the Emeritat with a defense system.
Yeah.
You don't have anything on board to protect yourself in case of an attack?
No, we're riding by the seat of our pants. Brave's worried reaction makes me wonder if he's ever been on a transport ship like ours.
No, we don't. We're pretty good at escaping when things go south. Still, it doesn't hurt to have some kind of shield and weapons, if only just to look more intimidating.
trying to get it off, but like it's hard to see it now because the image shifted.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I would like that. I wouldn't be
The
flying around
system is pretty promising.
without
a lot
that.
of new colonies that pay handsomely for some common goods. Plus, there's a ton of fun places to visit around there. One of the planets, Vakal, is on my must-see list.
The one with anti-gravity pockets and floating islands?
It sounds so
harboring
cool.
its own climate, right?
That sounds like a lot of fun.
You've been there?
No, but I definitely want to see it one day.
I want to see it too. Oh, okay. I can finally see the things on my screen that I need to scrape off or take off. Yay! Maybe we can go together. We're getting along so damn well, it hurts. The more we talk, the more we find mutual interest. This beautiful blue alien from a distant world and me, an average Terran and nerd. Who knows if he'd even bother talking to me had we not been confined on this small spaceship together. Wait, is that the end of the demo?
Cheers to our local
maybe not.
Symbiant expert and secretly talented chef.
Okay.
Thank you for gracing us with this exquisite-looking dish.
I thought it was the end of the demo. I was like, no, I don't want this one to end. We raise our wine-filled glasses
To
in
Brave's
salutation.
exceptional gastronomic abilities.
Thank you, guys. I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
I wonder if it's yummy. What is it gonna eat? And with that, we dig in.
Mmm, it's fantastic. What's it called again?
Yay, eat new stuff.
In Universal, it would be something like seared granali over rice, a common Odarian dish.
What's a granali?
I didn't know we had granali on board. How'd you dig that up, Danya?
We don't. Brave used his own supplies of whatever that is.
It's a mushroom that grows everywhere on my planet. I have a lot of it on hand, since it retains its freshness well and is a very good source of protein. Convenient when you're on the road.
I said it had some dried, like, mushrooms. I wonder if that's gonna, like, interact with our Terran-ness in a weird
Also,
way.
It reminds me of home.
Dried mushrooms are very good to take around for foods. They're yummy.
It's difficult to find any in spaceports. I've seen it maybe twice in the last year.
Probably because no one knows about it.
Yes, Odaria's dishes aren't popular because of our limited ability to share them with everyone.
But
What?
you're slowly changing that, eh, Brave? Can I get seconds?
Oh, because of their immune system. I was thinking, like, maybe most of their foods aren't suitable for other species. Brave grins widely as he adds more seared granali with rice on my plate.
Here you go.
Sure feels great to have something different from General Tso's for a change.
No way. I thought you liked it.
I do, but come on. Half of our provisions are pre-packaged General Tso's meals. Even I have my limits.
Why would you have that many? There's so many different, like, yummy types of food. Like, not even just Chinese food. Even if you just wanted to pack just Chinese food, there is so many good Chinese dishes. And then, why would you only want to pack something from one region? You know, like, one specific type of food? Oh, God, that'd be so boring.
Sorry, they were on sale, so I took some extras. I'll keep in mind to grab a better variety in the future.
Yes, please, variety.
Yeah. Who wants some more wine?
That makes sense, though, if you bought them because they were on sale. But Brave and I simultaneously raise our glasses, grinning. Both of them do. But not sure if it's because I'm tipsy, but I feel like he's paying more attention to me than before. I think this mushroom does something. Looks me in the eyes more often, laughs at my jokes. It feels really special. I think the mushroom's making you all foggy, but maybe he likes you. Junie fills our glasses and discards the bottle in the recycling compartment.
Okay, that was my last bottle.
Thank you for sharing your precious gift with us.
Hey, it was worth it. Who knew it would complement the seared granali so well, right?
Yummy!
Thanks, Juniper. They really did pair well.
Glad you liked it. Okay, boys. I'm going to retire now to deal with my food coma in bed. Be good.
She winking at us. She's all like, yeah, get it, Danya.
See ya.
Bye.
Juniper's like, get it, Tanya, get it. And I'm alone with Brave again. He just finished cleaning up his plate, and so did I.
Ready for dessert?
Yes?
Oh, no, thank you.
Uh,
I'm full, but I will finish my drink, though.
He takes his half-empty glass of wine and empties it in one go.
Slow down, dude. We still got time.
Actually, Odarians don't get drunk, if that's what you're worried about. Not on this kind of stuff, at least. It'll take a much stronger beverage to get me even remotely tipsy.
Ah.
Oh, my sympathies. I, on the other hand, am a very cheap drunk.
Oh no. I put my arm on Brave's shoulder playfully and wink. You are too drunken, sir. Oh, okay, at least he's not freaked out. He looks surprised for a second, but then rewards me with one of his sincere smiles.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever want to get you intoxicated.
I fluster at that. Is he flirting with me? That definitely deserves a passing grade. It seems like he's flirting with you. The realization makes me smile and confirms my suspicions that Brave might actually like me.
Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
You're going to probably,
Shoot.
Terrence. Terrence be like, freaking nosy.
Are you single?
Ah!
What do you mean?
Do you has a significant other?
Oh, sorry. I guess it could mean different things for different races. So what I'm asking is, like, are you married or have partners waiting for you somewhere?
Brave looks at me
Why do you
cautiously. Because he flirt. Isn't it obvious, you dummy? It's because I really want to know.
Because I'm very curious.
Well...
That's not a very difficult question, is it? He looks so uncomfortable, the poor guy. Not the timid type of uncomfortable, more like the I don't know what, I don't want to talk about it kind. Maybe it's complicated. Maybe they have like...
Don't worry about it.
Maybe they have like arranged marriages or something.
The Emeritat is a safe space and you don't have to answer anything.
Or, like, maybe they're like, their mate eats them like a praying mantis, and he's like, I don't want any of that. I don't want anything to do with that. Who knows? I don't know
sometimes
anything about.
We get along so well, and I'm drawn to you, which I'm sure shows.
So that might be why it makes them uncomfortable.
I just don't want to step over some boundaries I don't know about.
That wasn't bad for a confession. Brave is looking at me with those intense blue eyes, and he seems happy. Genuinely
Thank you,
happy.
Danya. I appreciate your candor. My situation is a bit complicated. If you don't mind, I'll explain another time.
Complicated. Well, it's not exactly rejection. I'll take it. I mean, you'd take if it was rejection too, because he's allowed to say no. Just saying.
I'm going to rest a bit. Thanks so much for dinner.
You cooked, Brave, though. So why are you saying thanks for dinner when you're the one that cooked? He gets up from the bench and leaves the mess hall. Thanks so much for dinner. Weren't you the one who prepared it? Yeah. You got him all flustered. Danya be flustering everybody. What's going on? Oh, it's CP time. After dinner, I check in at the cockpit and then head to bed. Just as I settle in, I start to hear the unusual noises again. It's the same hissing and straining coming from the small vent on the wall connected to mine and Brave's room. It's been some time since I heard them. I thought it was a thing of the past. I guess I was wrong.
Again.
They're regular and rhythmic, which again seems like Brave is experimenting with high-intensity exercise regimen. Why are the lights flickering? Out of curiosity, I tune in closer. With my eyes closed, it sounds like the Odarian is right beside me. My gradually sharpened senses allow me to catch drawn-out, trembling groans that I hadn't noticed before. And then the realization strikes me like lightning. Brave's not working out. He's actually getting some frustration out. Holy crap! He courses through my entire body at the sound of Brave's heavy breaths. I told you that was probably what was going on, but you didn't listen. It's not right to listen in on my neighbor engaging in private activities. I could technically close off the vent to reduce the noise significantly, but I'm not gonna. get up from bed and close the vent without delay. Oh, he does! The moans become more muffled, but they're still not completely gone. He did it. Good job. That was a good job. I didn't think he was going to. Thankfully, I also have a pair of state-of-the-art earplugs at my disposal. I make use of them immediately, and the room finally plunges into complete silence. Sure, I got the hots for this beautiful passenger, but listening to him right now would make things awkward. How would I be able to look him in the eye tomorrow? As I lay in bed pondering my decision, I finally conclude that what's been done is the right thing to do. Then I close my eyes and drift off to sleep. In the morning, Brave catches up with me in the corridor. I've decided to ask him about the noises in his room and get this sorted out once and for all. I would never. I would just listen to my headphones and I would not confront him about it. But that is all the time we have for today. Remember to make room for your own passions. Have a good one. Bye.